Hello and welcome to Total Football Zone, the channel where we explore everything about the world's most beautiful game. Here, we discuss tactics, transfers, players, managers, and the rise and fall of football's biggest clubs. Today, we shift the spotlight to a different side of the story. While football is full of glory, passion, and unforgettable victories, it is also a game of failure, disappointment, and unexpected decline. The 2025-26 season has already delivered plenty of surprises, and not all of them have been positive. Some of the biggest and most historic clubs in Europe, teams with millions of fans and legendary traditions, are struggling to meet expectations. In this video, we will take a closer look at the top 6 biggest clubs that have disappointed so far this season. We'll analyze what went wrong, from poor tactics and defensive mistakes to inconsistency and lack of confidence, and explain why these giants are falling short of their reputation. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the reality behind the clubs that are failing to live up to their legendary names. In 6th place, we have AC Milan, a club that once stood as the pride of Italy, a symbol of glory, and one of the greatest institutions in football history. With 7 Champions League titles and countless legends, Milan's name has always been associated with greatness. This is the club where icons like Kaká, Maldini, Shevchenko, and even the legendary Ronaldo El Fenomeno once wore the shirt. But let's be honest, that Milan no longer exists. What we see today is a shadow of its former self. The mighty Rossoneri have been reduced to mediocrity. Instead of dominating Europe, they are now struggling against teams they should be destroying with ease. The squad, filled with average players who could never dream of matching the standards of Milan's glorious past. The coach, lacking authority, tactical brilliance, and the courage needed to revive such a giant. And the board, completely out of touch, failing to provide the vision or resources to rebuild this historic team. On the pitch, Milan look lifeless. No creativity, no flair, no joy. The attack is toothless, the defense shaky, and the midfield uninspired. Watching them play is no longer entertaining. It's frustrating, even painful. And the saddest part? Their loyal fans who deserve world-class players and a manager capable of leading this club back to greatness, are left watching this disaster week after week. AC Milan, the club that once terrified Europe, has become a laughing stock, a shadow of what it used to be. Unless drastic changes happen soon, the glory days of Milan will remain nothing but memories. In 5th place, we have Manchester United. Once the kings of English football, the giants of the Premier League, the club that built an empire under Sir Alex Ferguson. United's history is unmatched in England. Countless league titles, European triumphs, and a global fan base that stretches to every corner of the world. This was the club of legends like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Eric Cantona, Wayne Rooney, and Cristiano Ronaldo. But today, Manchester United are nothing more than a fallen empire. The glory has faded, and what's left is a team that seems permanently stuck in crisis. For years, they've changed managers, players, and even entire backroom staffs, yet nothing has improved. It's the same broken story season after season. This year, under Ruben Amorim, the problems are clearer than ever. His tactical ideas look limited, his substitutions often questionable, and the team shows no signs of discipline or structure. United look like a group of strangers on the pitch rather than a world-class club. And let's talk about the players. Casemiro, once hailed as the future of English football, now looks inconsistent and uninspired. Harry Maguire, the captain who was supposed to lead by example, has become the face of mediocrity in defense. Frankly, some of these players don't even look like they deserve to play in the streets of Manchester, let alone wear the historic red shirt at Old Trafford. Week after week, United fans, some of the most loyal and passionate supporters in the world, are left watching this circus asking themselves, How did the greatest club in Premier League history fall this low? Manchester United have become a joke, a shell of their former glory, and unless radical changes are made, the nightmare will only continue. Inter Milan. In recent years, this club carried the pride of Italy. Twice they reached the Champions League final, showing Europe that Italian football was alive and dangerous. They may not have lifted the trophy, but their performances earned respect. Inter were warriors, a team that could scare even the giants of Europe. But this season, disaster. Inter have collapsed into something unrecognizable. The fire is gone, the intensity is gone, and what's left is a hollow shell of a once great club. Watching them now feels like watching a broken orchestra. Every player out of tune, every movement awkward, every attempt collapsing into chaos. Their defense, like a door left wide open in the middle of the night. Their attack, about as threatening as a plastic sword. This isn't football, it's a tragic comedy. A club that once dreamed of conquering Europe now struggles to even look alive on the pitch. Where once Inter fought toe-to-toe with Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern, and the biggest names in the game, today they can't even fight themselves. There is no rhythm, no structure, no soul. It's like watching statues dressed in blue and black, standing around while the opposition does whatever it wants. Inter Milan this season are not just losing matches. They're losing their identity. From the heights of European glory to the depths of lifeless mediocrity, they've fallen hard. And the saddest part? The fans, who once believed in the dream, now watch a nightmare week after week. Inter were once feared. Now, they are pitied. In second place, we have Chelsea, the self-proclaimed big club, with a bank account that bleeds money faster than their players lose form. Every season begins with the same speech. This is Chelsea's year. We have the talent, we have the manager. We're ready to dominate England and Europe. And every season ends with their fans wondering how a squad worth billions can look worse than a mid-table side from Portugal. The biggest joke? Their revolving door of managers. Chelsea doesn't really hire coaches. They rent them like bad Airbnb apartments. Tactics look like they were scribbled on the back of a napkin 5 minutes before kickoff. Watching Chelsea try to attack is like watching someone assemble IKEA furniture without instructions. Confusing, chaotic, and guaranteed to collapse. And the players? Oh, they're a gold mine for comedy. Enzo Fernandez cost a fortune, but half the time he passes sideways like he's allergic to progression. Mykhailo Mudryk, signed for a small country's GDP, runs fast, but seems to have no idea where he's going. Basically, a sprinter in football boots. Then there's their so-called defense. It's less of a wall and more of an open door, politely inviting opponents to score. Chelsea's strategy in the transfer market is even funnier. Todd Boehly, the American owner, buys players like a kid playing FIFA career mode on easy mode. Sign everyone, figure out the team later. The result? A bloated squad where half the players don't even know each other's names, let alone how to play together. And let's not forget their ambitions. Every competition is hyped up as Chelsea's chance. The Premier League? Too inconsistent. The Champions League? Out before the serious rounds begin. Now it's the Club World Cup, and apparently, this is supposed to be their redemption story. But let's be real. Chelsea don't look like champions of the world. They look like champions of wasted potential. In truth, Chelsea are the ultimate modern football comedy, a club with endless money, endless hype, endless drama, and yet, no real results. They're not the kings of Europe anymore. They're not even the kings of London. They're just a very, very expensive punchline. In first place, or at least that's what they like to think, Manchester City. For the past decade, any analyst, fan, or casual football watcher would tell you without hesitation, this is the best team in the world. Under Pep Guardiola, City dominated the Premier League, made Europe tremble, and looked untouchable. They were a machine of possession, pressing, and tactical genius, a team that made even Real Madrid look like amateurs. But now? Oh, what a fall from grace. The machine is rusted, the genius is tired, and the team looks less like champions and more like a group of confused students in a freshman seminar. Guardiola, once revered as the footballing wizard, now seems to be drawing tactics from a how to confuse your players handbook. His substitutions? Questionable. His game plans? Sometimes they seem to be just kick the ball forward and hope for the best. The players aren't helping either. Erling Haaland, once a goal-scoring robot, now seems to misplace the simplest shots, and it's hard to tell if he's shooting or rehearsing a dance move. And the defense? Ruben Dias and Koa sometimes act as if the offside rule doesn't exist, very generous of them to give the opponent's forwards a head start. Even City's domestic dominance seems shaky. The Premier League, once their playground, now looks like a minefield, and City tiptoe through it like a team unsure of its own shadow. And Europe? Forget it. Opponents smell weakness, and suddenly Guardiola's tactical genius feels like a faint memory. Manchester City have become football's expensive tragedy, a club that can spend billions, boast world-class talent, and still find ways to look like a mid-table side on their worst days. Pep may have been a genius, but even geniuses have off-seasons. And this one feels eternal. The City of Champions? More like the City of Confusion. And that wraps up our countdown of the worst big clubs so far in the 2025/26 season so far. Do you agree with our list? Who do you think deserves to be higher, and who should be lower? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest football content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.